Be me. Download The Sims. Decide to play around, marry my sister, and F her. Play The Sims. Mexican joins the server, turns on his mic. Hear his mother yelling, baby crying, vacuum cleaner, ring. Have one toilet. Sister is in there putting on makeup or something for what feels like hours. Have to take shit. At this point I'm crossing my legs in a double pretzel knot and flailing around. Can't hold it. Gonna shit the next time my colon pushes. Make a dash out the back door to the backyard. Take huge shit in the middle of the yard. Pull up pants and walk into kitchen to get napkins to wipe with. Fast forward to next day. Me and my dad go out in the backyard to do some yard work. Dad calls me over. What in God's name is your mother feeding the dogs? I don't know, Dad. Jesus Christ almighty, get your mother out here. Go inside and bring mother out. My mom looks at it. Good God. Sister comes out to see what's going on. Ew. My face when my entire family is crowded around my shit looking at it like it's a dinosaur egg. Dad looks at me. Son, go get the shovel and toss this over the fence. Yes, sir. Toss my shit over the fence. My parents start feeding our dogs half of what they regularly get. It's either that or I confess. I'm sorry, Jack and Carly. Looks like you're going on a diet and taking one for the team. Story time. Be me, 16 at the time, high school. Mates and I sneak away every lunch or free period and smoke weed. 420.jpg. Do this all year. Have tard kid in class, Doug. Don't know how, but Doug manages to follow us one lunch and watches us smoking weed. We see Doug. Didn't need him blabbing about it. We must befriend the tard. Call Doug over. Show him how to light up. Doug gets stoned. Doug loves it. Totally chill too. Tard is cool, keeping it secret. One day, Doug lights up with us. Wanna hear why I like smoking, Anon? I become a baked potato. Good on ya, Dougie. Frickin' champion. Be me. Sit in cafeteria by myself. Cute girl approaches my table. 8 out of 10 easily. She points at the chair in front of me. Asks, may I? She is really shy about it. I smile at her. Sure, please do. She nods in thanks and takes the chair to sit with her girlfriends at the other table. How do I get over this breakup, robots? This is the farthest I have ever come. She was an angel. Happy New Year's Eve, Anon. So which lucky lady are you kissing at midnight? The barrel of my shotgun, probably. Be me. 100 years into the future. AI controls everything. Be insanely fat. Neighbors in the building call me the lift block because I max out the elevator's weight limit. Yearly pilgrimage to the megastore, the only place with wide enough aisles for my kingly thighs. Enter apartment sweating like an Olympian after winning gold. Roll into the kitchen and grab my holy grail, a family-sized pack of nuggies. Treasure.com. Try to microwave said nuggies. Heart pounding with anticipation. Cholesterol rising just from thinking about them. AI denies access. Says I'm too unhealthy. You have angered the gods.jpg. Start arguing with microwave for 20 minutes. It uploads our argument to Twitter after denying access yet again. I start screeching and trying to pry the microwave door open. The fridge turns on its cameras and starts live streaming our fight. Microwave gets tired of me and electrocutes me. Fall to the ground, shitting and pissing myself. AI calls paramedics, but they only confiscate my nuggies. Cry myself to sleep. I'm a girl. Go to an all-girl Catholic school. Meet this nice girl. She tells me to go to the bathroom with her. Okay. My face when she's making out with me in the bathrooms. Wait, does this make me gay? I'm a girl. B-cat. Incel. The last time I got coochie is never. See a cute full white kitty. Dreams of spending my remaining 8 lives with her. Gather the courage to go and talk to her. Took too long. She giggling with a pit bull now. The streets have collapsed. I thought to myself. Notice it's not a pit bull, it's a cat suffering from myostatin-related muscle hypertrophy. Basically makes you jacked as shit. F my skinny jeans. Gather the courage to fight him from my queen. Shout at him, hey you brute! Leave her alone, the lady doesn't want to talk. He arches back so far up he covers me in shadow. Arch my back 2 centimeters up. Okay, this is it, Cat Anon. You'll beat this brute and win the lady's heart. He super fast hit me on the head with his paw like 6 times. Feels like I lost 2 lives. The last thing I saw before fainting is him and her talking. Wake up and go to see the doctor. Cat Anon, you have 2 lives left. F my incel live never again. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll magically develop the discipline, commitment, drive, and goals that I've lacked for my entire life when I wake up tomorrow. Things will get better then. Be me. 21, broke college student working part-time at a bookstore. One evening, it's raining hard. The store is almost empty. Girl walks in, looks soaked to the bone. She's maybe 18 or 19, carrying nothing but a small backpack. Seems off, eyes darting around, shoulders hunched, like she's expecting someone to jump out at her. Ask if she needs help finding something. Just a place to sit, she says quietly. Point her to the little cafe area in the back. She orders a coffee, sits down and just stares out the window. That feeling when I can't help but notice how exhausted and scared she looks. Store closes an hour later, but she's still sitting there. Me. Hey, we're closing up soon. Do you have somewhere to go? She hesitates, then shakes her head. I don't know where to go, she mutters. Awkward silence. Finally, I offer to buy her some food from the 24/7 diner nearby. She tries to refuse, but her stomach growls, and I insist. As we sit and eat, she starts opening up bit by bit. Her name's Mia, and she's been on her own for a while. Doesn't go into much detail, but it's clear she's been through some serious trauma. She keeps looking over her shoulder, flinching at loud noises. That feeling when I feel terrible for her but don't want to push too hard. Offer to help her find a shelter or something, but she shakes her head again. I'll figure it out, she says, though it's obvious she has no plan. That feeling when I know I can't just let her wander off into the night. After some convincing, she agrees to crash at my tiny studio apartment for a night. She sleeps on the couch, wrapped in every blanket I own. Next morning, she's already up and cleaning the dishes from last night. Me, you didn't have to do that. Her, it's the least I can do. Thanks for not asking too many questions. Over the next few weeks, she keeps coming back to the bookstore. Sometimes just to sit and read. Sometimes to chat with me on my break. Little by little, she starts to smile more. Laugh even. She tells me she's applying for jobs and saving up for her own place. That feeling when I feel proud, like I actually helped someone for once. One day, she walks in and hands me a little note. It just says, "Thank you for saving me. I was in a really dark place." Your ex-girlfriend accuses you of breaking into her home, assaulting her, and carving an X in her neck. Police immediately arrest you and charge you with burglary and assault that can get you life in prison. Your parents get $150,000 in debt trying to hire a lawyer and post your bail. People are convinced you did it and you have no alibi to say otherwise. Your mom suddenly finds a selfie pic you sent her that was dated at the time of the assault. Turns out that pic clears you of all charges since it placed you away from the scene of the crime. Your ex-girlfriend gets off scot-free with no charges for lying while you had your life ruined. The NPC meme is literally a real thing. I can now tell if a person is an NPC by the way they act and the questions I ask them. Talking to friend. We are talking about sports, particularly football. The conversation leads into the ethics of football, where essentially celebrities smash their skulls into the turf for millions of dollars. I ask him, what do you think goes through the mind of a player who gets a concussion but has to get healed ASAP because it is the nature of their career? It is just mindlessly butting heads for a paycheck. I don't get it. I mean, a player has to realize that his entire career revolves around a constant loop of pain, right? Wait for like 10 seconds. I heard the Patriots are losing steam. You didn't answer my question, did I misspeak? Friends goes to get food. Comes back. Yeah, the Pats really don't have anyone anymore. This happened just yesterday. There really are people out there who can't think outside the box. What should I do, robots? Be me, calling Amazon customer support. This call may be listened to. Hang up because my privacy is important to me. Realize technically all calls are listened to and don't have full set of information. Call back. This call may be listened to and recorded for quality assurance. Hang up because my privacy is important to me. Biked by my childhood home today. Was sold 13 years ago to a Chinese investor couple. Turned into Airbnb. Old neighbor told me it's been abandoned for over a year. Whole property used to look beautiful. Parents took so much pride in our home. Now completely overrun and falling apart. Treated with such little care that even the back door was left unlocked. Said F it and go inside. It's all been completely destroyed. Water leaks in ceiling. Debris all over the floor, holes in every wall. All our old furniture is still there from the day we moved out. Our family dinner table. Dad's old workshop in the basement. My childhood bedroom. Thousands of memories everywhere I looked. Yet it was all so unrecognizable. Get lung infection. Doc gives me antibiotics for it. Says they may cause diarrhea. Says to take them with food. Okay, start taking pills. 3 days in, haven't shit since I started taking them. Wonder if the pills are actually making me constipated. Day 4, make breakfast. A couple breakfast sandwiches and a coffee. Eat and take my antibiotic. 10 minutes passes. Something doesn't feel right. Suddenly, my sphincter is now Vietnam 1972. I didn't ask for this. .jpg. Run to the shitter faster than Usain Bolt. Easily think I could have won a gold medal in the Olympics. The moment I sit my ass down, the floodgates open. I've become a human pressure washer. A constant stream of liquid shit launches from my a-hole in Mach speed. The plumbing is probably totally free of clogs now. The splashes coats my ass in shit water. The pressure is so great that it splashes outside of the bowl as well. My legs are covered in brown mist as a result. Legs are shaking uncontrollably, basically convulsing at this point. Smells like the bathroom is a month-old mass grave. It's enough to induce gag reflex. Puke but miss the toilet. collapse on the floor, feel like a Vietnam War veteran tortured by his flashbacks. Wasn't even in Nam. Sleep the rest of the day off. Next day, go to doctor to see about switching meds. Get examined again. I never even had a lung infection. Marriage in 1950. Get some milkshakes with the boys. See cute girl. Talk to her, maybe dance a bit. Get married a few weeks later. Have 5 kids. Get a job and buy a house after marriage. Never divorce. Marriage in 2024. Have a military-style workout routine, cold showers every day with intensive skincare, spend years trying to get a good job and studying how to make women happy before even starting to date. Go on dating app. If you're lucky, someone's going to choose you in the human meat market. Have to do all sorts of stupid stuff to get her dopamine-fried brain to not get bored or get the ick. Maybe she'll marry you after years of building Mohican relationship. Maybe get her to pump out 1 or 2 children from her wrinkly, egg-deprived womb, but probably not. She'll divorce you the second she feels like it. It's crazy how picky and indecisive people have become these days. Go to casino, lose $600. Go home, pirate enough video games to match the $600 value. Pretend I spent $600 on games and not the casino. You guys just don't get it. Boomers shat their pants when they saw this. It must be hard to wrap your head around progress being made since your whole generation has known nothing but stagnation. Be me, riding my motorcycle, get hit by a car. Damn, it hurts, but I walk it off. The girl that hit me is hammered. Call 911 because she has a massive gash on her head. She's off to the ambulance. After the crash, we get to know each other. She's tall, blonde, and cute. We begin to date after 6 months of talking. 3 years later, got married and my wife just got pregnant. We have a house on the bottom of a beautiful hill. Reminds me of bliss. Keck. 1 year later, my 3-month-old son is growing so fast. Drive him to the doctor's office for a checkup. Turn left. A car heading towards me. I swerve out of the way holding my son. I wake up in a hospital. I had gotten into a motorcycle crash 3 weeks ago, but wasn't in a car. Been in a coma the whole time. I ask what happened to the driver. She died. I want my family back. How was your Christmas? Be me. Mom and dad both love me because I'm an only child. We're barely above the poverty line. Christmas comes. Mom buys me brand new AirPods. $150. Thank her and nearly cry. I knew they couldn't afford this. Take them back to the store they bought them at for a full cash refund. Take the cash and sneak into my parents' room. Grab my dad's wallet with the cash in hand. Mom walks in. She sees. Starts yelling at me. I begin to cry. Tell her it's the money from the AirPods. Tell her that I felt guilty knowing that these cost so much. Tell her I was putting the money into the wallet. We both cry for about an hour. /B, I have a story. It appears a stupid prank amongst coworkers gradually grew until my dumb idea for a joke caused a person to go insane, an ending it attempt, and nearly ended a completely innocent, oblivious pregnant woman. I'm going to tell this story, and for those of you interested, put on your reading glasses. It's a doozy. Work at a Menards. Be a stalker. My time slot has a group of 7 stalkers. One of those stalkers is named Ken. Ken is sort of a cunt. Really isolated, snarky, plays by the rules, and rats out people to the managers even though the managers don't give a shit about anything. Another one of these stalkers is named Deb. Deb is engaged because she got knocked up. I'm friends with 3 of the stalkers. We hang out after work, get high together, get into all sorts of hijinks. One night we get super high and watch The Adjustment Bureau, discussing conspiracy theories after the movie for hours. I come up with a fun idea. What if we just, kept sneaking some message to some random person until they went nuts? We discussed it for hours, coming up with dumb shit and giggling like tards. Next day we're driving to work. One of my friends comes up with the idea. Hey guys, we should really do that subliminal messaging shit to Ken. We all agree. But what message? I come up with the message. We should just keep sneaking in, ending Deb into conversations. Like if we're talking to each other around him, somebody just mention it, and if he notices, pretend like it's nothing. We begin that day. Every time we're by him and talking, somebody sneaks in some quick blurt of, "So, when are they ending Deb?" or something stupid. At first we keep snickering when we do it and Ken doesn't catch on, but after a few days it's already just a part of work. We instinctively sneak it into as many things as possible. 2 weeks into this process we sneak one in as Ken walks by, but another coworker was stalking right by us. As soon as we sneak in the "So when's Deb getting murdered?" our coworker laughs and asks what the frick we said. Let them in on the joke. That coworker tells other coworkers. Eventually, everybody in our department is in on the joke except for Ken and Deb. Even the frickin' managers sneak it in when talking to us. This goes on like clockwork for a month. Ken starts getting weirded out. Notices when it comes up, but says nothing. One day I walk to go use the bathroom. I'm in another department, other side of the store. Ken is nowhere in sight. Hear somebody say, yeah, and then after you empty this pallet, we've got to work on the Deb ending. What.jpg? The whole frickin' store is on this. There are hundreds of workers in this store. People just casually sneak in the Deb murder lines everywhere throughout the store. Even on days Ken isn't working. What the frick have I done? The joke starts to grow beyond my control. I hear casual references to Deb's baby being the spawn of the devil. We need to end Deb before the portal to hell is completed. This goes on for another month. Deb's pregnancy is starting to show. One day, I get a phone call at midnight. Don't recognize the phone number. Who is this? It's Deb from Menards. Are you friends with Ken? Not really. Why? Ken called her, freaking out about her baby. Ken doesn't come to work for a week. Walk into Menards one day. There's a bulletin board in the conference room. Somebody has put up a chicken scratch note saying, "Baby devil, end it." The frick is going on? When Ken comes back, he's noticeably psychotic. He lost tons of weight, stutters, darts his eyes everywhere, and keeps writing in a little notebook he keeps with him. Keep seeing him staring at Deb. Deb avoids him like the plague. One day I find his notebook left at our computer desk. Look around to make sure he's not anywhere to be seen. Open it. He's been writing down names of people, sentences about Deb, trying to put together the story about the baby. Oh shit.gif. It gets worse. One day at work, I'm talking with my coworkers and Ken comes up to me. Coworker tries to slip in a Deb line. Stop him. What's up, Ken? I need to talk to you. It's important. He makes me go all the way to our conference room on the other side of the building. Asks me how well I know Deb. Not very well. I think something's going on. Either she's in grave danger or she's very dangerous. I'm not even laughing. I'm legitimately frightened. Last Tuesday at 8:47, you said the baby's gonna be the key to the portal. Did you not? I remember the exact date and time because of what happens next. I don't think I did, Ken. Here. He handed me a sheet from his notebook. He wrote down every date and time he heard me say anything about Deb or babies. And some of them almost definitely did not happen. One said December 12th, 9:16. We have to empty its blood or it will bring the end of days. I did not work that day and definitely never said anything like that. What the frick is happening? I tell Ken he should get some help. He refuses and tells me I can't tell anyone. I tell my coworkers and they think it's hilarious. I'm seriously horrified about this. Debate whether or not I should tell Deb. Decide against it. Try to stop as many people from continuing the whole joke. It's unstoppable. I have no control anymore. The joke has grown into a whole conspiracy. One day, Ken is running around looking for his notebook. He cannot find it anywhere. That night, I find out somebody from Electrical stole it and sent an email with some of the important information Ken wrote down. People began to plan so that Ken's prophecies would come true. Eventually, somebody came to work in a black shroud and kept walking around aisles near Ken. Ken kept seeing him in his periphery. Apparently, Ken wrote about a black shrouded figure destroying the baby. Ken goes home sick. Shit's about to get real. Be this week. Ken has December 31st through January 2nd off. He comes in the 2nd, buys a few things, hangs around our desk and just acts creepy. Ask him if he's okay. Says, I've been better. And won't say anything else after that. Leaves 10 minutes to close. Today, neither Deb nor Ken came to work. They were both supposed to. A worker from Millwork runs over to me. Dude, Ken frickin' went crazy. Well, yeah, he had been crazy since this thing started. What happened? He tried to end Deb. He broke into her house with a hunting knife and tried to stab her stomach, but her fiancé beat his ass. He slit his wrists on their lawn. He's in the hospital. Oh, fuck me. Deb quit and is pressing charges and filing for a restraining order. She and her fiancé are moving. Ken is no longer working at Menards and is facing serious felony charges. Apparently, he didn't cut his wrists too deep and is making a full recovery, physically. I feel badly. I wish I could confess and take some blame for this. But how? What the frick would I even say? My school had that kid. Autistic? Had an obsession with traffic cones for some reason. He happened to live a couple of houses away from mine. Every day, me and my friends would walk to school. That kid would always follow us. Not with us in the group and talking, but would stray behind us on his bicycle. Would always try to butt into the conversations, and we just ignored him. Generally, whatever he had to say was autistic AF or just plain bullshit. Have to cross railroad tracks to get to school. One day, train is stalled on the tracks. Path to school is blocked. It's starting to rain. That kid has a brilliant idea. He gets off his bike and wheels it up to the train. climbs up onto the hitch of the train, lifts his bike up so he can get it over the train. Bike gets stuck on some part of the train. All of a sudden, train brakes release. He struggles as hard as he can to rescue his bike. Train starts moving. It's too late now. It's too late to save his bike, but the train is going too fast for him to jump off. Hear a long slowly fade away as the train takes off with him on it. He didn't show up to school until 2 days later. My face went. I've heard that they found him in Louisiana, which is pretty far away considering this was in Missouri. I'm gonna dump one of my stories for y'all. I'll leave it up to you to believe it or not, after your own mind, but for me, this was the biggest nope moment I've had. Some background first. This happened in Boden, Sweden, a couple of years back. Boden is known for one thing, and one thing only: military forts. It was long thought of as the key to northern Sweden. The first thing the Saudis would ruffle stomp if they ever came charging. These forts were secret AF in the past, and for some time one of the forts were used to store a large part of Sweden's gold reserve. However, after the Cold War ended, the forts became even more obsolete than ever before and were decommissioned. Anyway, the story. B21. Hang out with female friend that is more like the sister I never had. We are both scouts and have been for as long as we can both remember. Bored AF. Decide to go recon a cool campsite for the coming Halloween scare hike. My friend, let's call her H, knows a lot of cool old forts and trench systems. Drive off in my car, which was perfectly fine and had gone through inspection without a hitch only a week before. Decide to check out the nearest old fort. Park the car a couple of 100 meters from the old fort because someone had placed big-ass stones as a crude roadblock on the dirt road leading to the fort. The fort is dug like Pick related, with the exception that only there is no road up to the fort. Pick is another fort near Boden. Walk, climb to the fort from the right slope that's somewhat accessible. Any thoughts of recon for a campsite have soon been replaced by thoughts of exploration. It's about midday, but the daylight is waning fast due to northern Sweden. Luckily, we brought flashlights. Eventually locate a hole in the fence big enough for us to get through. Explore a bit, though all doors are locked either with massive padlocks or internal locks. Start to head back the way we came in. A thick door that we both were sure had been closed before is now slightly ajar. Not by much, just a couple of centimeters. We haven't heard any door opening or anyone else being here. This is a door about 1.5 meters wide, 2.5 meters tall, and made entirely out of 1 decimeter of solid steel. And on rusty hinges, it looks like. Remember that H told me before that the local wildlife seems to shun this place. Okay. Getting a real bad feeling about this right now. We both keep our distance, but our curiosity gets the better of us. We both try to peek inside. Pitch frickin' dark inside. Except I sense something move inside. Don't really know how I know this, but I just get a very weird feeling, like something is staring at us from inside. We both aim our flashlights and thumb them on. Flashlights both give a short burst of light, then go dead as doorknobs. And we put in new batteries before we went out. In the short picosecond we have light, I managed to get a glimpse of something. A gray, blackish humanoid shade that looks more like a beast than a man. At the same time, something in my mind pushes the primal predator panic button. Nope, 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 nope! I'm not sure what H saw, but she is white as a frickin' sheet and as damn near panic as I have ever seen her. We both scramble out without saying a word to each other. We both must have broken the record on 200-meter panicked sprint. Don't know about H, but I felt something. I can't describe it more than a terrible sense of hate following us. Get in the car. I turn the key. Nothing. Try to turn it again. The car won't start. The headlight won't even turn on. Eventually, after turning the key frantically again and again for the longest 2 minutes in my life, the car starts. We get the hell out of Dodge with gravel flying everywhere as I floor it until we get back on the main road. Later learned through other friends that there has been other similar occurrences there. Some hearing a faint but very much mocking laughter coming from beyond that door, and others feeling watched when they are near the fort. The door have never been ajar before or after though, and it has always been locked when anyone has tried to open it. Damn, I still get the shivers just by thinking of it, and it has been 5 years since that happened. I can add that neither H nor I have been back inside the fence of that place.